I think what you're going to start to see happening is the stocks have not traded commensurate with the commodity. I think you're going to start to see that catch up manifest itself in a major way. And when that happens, and you're starting to see it in some of these big cap integrated names, I think that's going to happen really quickly. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. And by the way, I'll say this as well. I love everything about Joe Burrow. I think he's a badass.
Yes.
And I've loved him since he was at LSU. There's something about him. He's cocky, but he's not cocky. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, Coach. But what I will say is I think Matthew Stafford's time is now. And I think McVay got the monkey off his back. And he could not have coached a worse game in that game against the Niners. But I think that monkey's now off his back. I think he'll be much more relaxed in the Super Bowl. I think the Rams are the better team.
I think the Rams are the better team, but here's the problem. We remember a young Tom Brady, no? Mm-hmm. And nobody gave him a chance in his first Super Bowl, but he's going to be great. I see the same type of qualities in Joe Burrow that we saw in a young Tom Brady. This dude is legit. He went into Arrowhead, arguably the hardest atmosphere in the NFL to play in. He fell behind 21-3. It was crazy hyped. And he just said, hey, we're good. We're good. Let's get it scored for at halftime. And so now going into the Super Bowl, now Matthew Stafford, he needs this for his legacy. To me, that adds pressure. For Burrow, this is year what?
Year 3. This is year 3, right?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, 3, but he missed a year. Yeah, 3, but he missed a year.
No quarterback has ever, in a 3-year period, been drafted number 1, won the Heisman Trophy, won the national championship, and he has a chance to do all 3. It's amazing.
Guys, it's the year of the Georgia Bulldog, okay? Hudson Swafford. Out of nowhere. How about them dogs? And run, Hudson Swafford.
Oh my.
Matthew Stafford, Leonard Floyd, Sony Michel.
Nobody remembers he played at Georgia.
I do. This is the year, everything that's happening in the universe is the year of the Georgia Bulldog.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go with that. And by the way, there's no Bill Belichick on the field, okay? Granted, Brady's great, but Belichick's not coaching the Bengals. And so, I take this game. Coach, let's lay another bet right now. So I have 2-1. Okay, this line, as I see, 161, come back 190 on the money line. I'll give you a choice. I'll lay the 4 points. You can have that, or we'll go money line on this for another 100. So, and we'll do 175. Okay, how's that?
I like that because that gives me a chance to basically win 2-1 also.
What just happened there? Translate that for me.
Yeah, and let me throw this out there as well, just real quick. The Bengals' offensive line is not particularly good. I think you would agree that Burrow is running for his freaking life successfully. But I think when you go up against, listen, Von Miller was invisible this last game, and you can tell me why the reasons that he was, and maybe he was taking double teams and then getting away from Aaron Donald. I get it, but I'll say this: Von Miller, I think, is going to have a huge Super Bowl. He rises to the occasion, and Aaron Donald's the best football player on the field in 2 weeks. And I think that's what's going to be the difference maker in the Super Bowl.
Wait, so Coach, you have plus 175 Bengals to win outright. So that means I'm either down $275, right? Or you're down, let's see, 300.
Correct. It's kind of dumb for us to make this bet, to be honest with you, because
I'm just giving you. Okay, we don't have to.
We're dumb guys. We're going to do it anyway. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm saying it's kind of dumb for us to do it. So yes, right. I'll take plus 175, even though you already have a 2-1 ticket to win. All you have to do is win the game. Now all I have to do is win the game. So I like it.
By the way, Rams are visitors. Rams are visitors, but they're going to be in their locker room. Bengals are going to be in the Charger locker room. Rams get to call the toss. They're going to call tails. They always do, and they're going to win that toss.
You're not betting on the coin. You're not betting on the coin flip. I'm not allowing you to bet on the coin flip.
Hold on 1 second. I bet on the coin flip every year, but I don't pay the vig because it's a 50-50 bet. So I'll find someone that wants heads. So it's always tails. So I'm not buying it minus 115 on each side to bet the coin flip. That's a bookie's dream. That's the game of war in the casino. It's the worst thing you can bet. But I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm a little disappointed in you, Dan, right now. I'm going to tell you why. You're a brilliant financial mind, correct? Would we all agree with that? And I just got one over on you. I just got one over on you. You don't even realize it. You don't even realize what I just did.
Ooh.
Clearly you did. What you should have done is said, hey, let's just double the bet. Because then you have a chance to win 400 and only lose 200.
But you would never do that. Yeah, but you would never.
That's essentially what we just did. So now, if the Bengals win the game, all right, I would have won $100, right? If we double it, I win 200, correct? correct? So now,
yeah, but I'm getting.
Right, but if I win the game, you're only
into
losing
this
100 on that bet. Okay.
I didn't know. By the way, I didn't know there was going to be math on this podcast because I am now completely lost.
If
I just doubled down
win,
by basically, Guy. What he's saying, Guy.
You only win 300.
Guy, what he's saying is, I just doubled down with blackjack.
Yes.
I treated my blackjack as an 11 instead of getting 3. I just doubled
You're
my
going to win 300 instead of 400.
I just wanted action.
You could have won 400. But now you're only going to win 300.
When you're betting
Coach,
against
you
the
want
coach.
Coach, you want heads?
I'll take heads.
Coach, you want heads?
Hey, by the way, you said it's the year of the bulldog.
Heads versus tails.
I don't know if you know, the Lunar New Year is actually the year of the tiger. Just going to point that out.
Oh,
the year of the tiger.
Really?
Oh,
Dan.
got you, Dan.
Little bingo
Got
action.
you, Dan.
Just going to
I have a
point
feeling
that
this
out.
is the start of a new
Still
rivalry for me. I've got my betting nemesis on breaking even right here, right now. Let's go.
I love it. Did you guys already do golf picks?
We're getting ready to rock out
right?
the next 5 minutes here. Guy Adami, speaking of commodities that I've been trying to acquire, how about Joe Burrow rookie cards? Been trying to collect those for a while.
Are you going to do them like an NFT? Listen, I think Joe Burrow.
NFT, come on.
I think Joe Burrow's, and I hate saying stuff like this because it's so, I mean, all the assholes say it, but he's a gold jacket guy for sure. He just has that about him.
Well,
there's everything about him just reeks of just greatness without question. I just think a couple of years early, and I think Stafford has paid his dues. By the way, not that matters by any stretch of the imagination, but this is his year. He's destined for this. I think they got over the hump in that Niner game, and I think they're playing with house money in Super Bowl.
By the way, Burrow got away with a couple of things in that game too. Just FYI, some bad throws on that. So,
quickly back on the OIH. Guy, where's this go from here?
Going back.
Give me levels on what we
Well,
should
listen,
be
I
about.
appreciate you asking. So we're at the top end of the range now. So this 230 to 235 level has been the top end of the range now for the last year or so. And that obviously a very well-defined range at 175 has been the bottom. I think we're breaking out. But if you said to me, Guy, I got long when you told me to get long, I'm going to take some chips off the table here. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. What I will tell you, though, is a close above 240 for your listeners, a close above 240 in the OIH, we're in a whole different trading level. And I think both, Schlumberger and Halliburton are going to rally in a major way. I think you're going to have to see analysts start to raise their numbers and some of their price targets. Those are the two biggest components. And I think we're going to be off to the races on the close above 240. So the way to trade it, Ned, I know this sounds somewhat counterintuitive. You're taking chips off the table here, close above 240, you're getting back in a major way.
I love it.
By the way, look at the 5-year chart on that thing. I have it up right now. This thing could, I mean, we're talking, I know in micro in the sense of, can it go up another $10? I mean, if there's a sustained rally in this thing, we're talking 300, 350, 400 potentially. And this, I can tell you that the sector itself, and Guy, tell me if this is wrong, is still underowned and underweighted by a lot of the institutional managers out there. And what happens, guys, is if you're a mutual fund manager, you pretty much, and if you're benchmarked, so what you're paid up against is the S&P 500, the entire game is to not necessarily pick stocks as much as it is to pick sectors. And if you, let's say you went into January and you're at Fidelity and you're a portfolio manager and you basically track the S&P. There's technology stocks, there's energy stocks, and you make two key decisions. I'm going to underweight technology and I'm going to overweight energy. Guess what? Your year is complete. You can now go back to just mimicking the S&P 500 for the next 11 months and cap a huge paycheck from here. So my point is that a lot of people are going to be chasing.
No, you're right.
Sorry,
That's
Guy,
exactly what I was going to say. People are going to start to chase because what they've said, what basically the market has been saying is we don't trust the commodities, and if we don't trust the commodity, we're not going to buy the underlying equities. And I get it. And that's exactly what the OIH is saying. But if you start to see a sustained rally in crude like you've been seeing, if you get it above 100 and you watch how quickly that accelerates, the amount of people are going to have to chase in these underlying equities, specifically names in the OIH, is going to be staggering. I think you're going to see moves that we haven't seen in a decade, and I think we're on the precipice of that. So again, you take money off the table here. You're watching it very closely on a close above 240. You're getting back in a major way for that move to 300 that Danny just talked about.